What up? What up? It's your boy RBA from VA, Richmond to be exact, and I'm back again, back like I never left. Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Man, oh man, yikes! Let's just start it with that. We getting with the shits today. Um, I'm glad that I actually took a day to, you know, take this whole thing in because what did I watch yesterday? What did we watch yesterday? What a disappointment. You know, did a stream talking about, how I felt this game was important to us, even though, some people may not have viewed it in that same light. Um, you know, the commanders, we command and respect from everybody. Everybody looks at us as a walking joke. And we continue to let that be the case. Um, and there's positives with this team. I can't just say that everything is doom and gloom. We see the progress with some of the players that we now have, far as talent wise. But when you go into Detroit and you end the first half of a game with only 56 yards, and correct me if I'm wrong, how long did it take us to actually convert a first down in that first half? The end of the first quarter, I believe we had 26 or 27 yards and zero first downs. We hadn't gotten past the Detroit Lions 40-yard line on our side of the field. What did I watch yesterday? That's not what I signed up for. And the frustrating thing, let's get right to the shits, man. The frustrating thing about this whole thing is, right, we see that now we have a capable offense. I talk about all the time, one of our stronger units on the team is the offensive line. Um, we seen Scott Turner last week use a lot of the short game stuff with Curtis Samuel, and then also Antonio Gibson getting the ball out of Carson Wentz's hand. Guys making plays in open field. And we knew going into this game, or at least I knew, that this Detroit Lion team was super, super aggressive. If they watched any film from the Detroit Lions and Eagles game, they knew that this defensive coordinator was super, super aggressive. Last week, they came out at Jalen Hurts, but we know Jalen Hurts has the ability to escape the pocket. And my fear was knowing that Carson Wentz isn't as mobile as Jalen Hurts, not even close, and he doesn't have as much wiggle as he's once did when he first came into the NFL. We knew that the case was they was going to be heating him up, trying to force him to make mistakes. Thank God the only mistake that he did make was fumble in the end zone, and good thing they didn't recover it, and it end up ultimately being a safety. But it's like, do I blame Carson Wentz for that, or do I blame Scott Turner? You got your quarterback dropping back, doing five-step drops when we're pinned in our own red zone. That makes absolutely no sense. You see the offense is struggling the whole first half, and you do nothing, absolutely nothing to make it easier just to get some rhythm. We try to run the ball when Antonio Gibson in the first half, he's getting absolutely nothing. Let's look at what Antonio Gibson got on a day rushing. 28 yards on 14 carries. And I'm not saying that he wasn't aggressive running the ball, but there was nothing there. This Detroit Lion team was super aggressive. And like I said, if you've seen the Eagles and Detroit game, you knew that they were super aggressive. But for some reason, the coaching staff didn't understand that. And Scott Turner continued to go with the plays that he stripped it, and he meant he was going to push the ball downfield, waiting on these long developing plays, and Carson Wentz getting absolutely killed behind this offensive line. The first half, I couldn't even look at Carson Wentz and say, oh, he's doing a horrible job, because that wasn't the case. The man had absolutely no time. Nothing was working. 56 yards at halftime. That's unacceptable. And what makes it more unacceptable is the fact that the second half, when we came out, you seen how well oiled this offense was. Got back in this game, made it a ball game to some degree. But of course, what side of the ball always lets us down? You can never count them out. This defense. And I'm going to get to them. I'm going to put some fire to their ass too. But right now, we just talking about the first half with this offense was an absolute joke, man. And that's on coaching. I'm giving the blame to Scott Turner in that first half for not changing it up. These coaches, sometimes they're so stubborn. They don't want to, admit when something's not working. They want to stick to their stuff. It was not working. Detroit was super aggressive in that first half. And we simply couldn't get anything to work. So at that point, you got to change it up. Do some of the same stuff. Sometimes they make this more complicated than it needs to be. Last week, beautiful. Getting the ball in Curtis Samuel's hands. Out of the backfield, short passes, dump, screens, do something. But this continuing to drop back, 5-step drops with Carson Wentz and getting absolutely killed, that wasn't the answer. And it's taken entirely too long to make adjustments. We got Ron Rivera standing on the sideline. Every time they show him on screen, I don't even see the man talk, say a word. He just standing there, staring into space. But I was super disappointed with the first half and Scott Turner not realizing when he needed to pull the rug from this game plan, this magic game plan you got, and do something else. You're just letting this guy Carson sit back there and get killed. I mean, at that point, you're waiting for a mistake to happen. You're waiting for a safety to happen. You're waiting for a fumble to happen. If you're just going to let him stand back there and get killed. Yikes, man. I can't even believe it. Take this comment real quick to cool myself down. Ryan Smith. What's going on, my man? Damn, bro, I might actually feel bad if I'm the only one in here. Laugh out loud. I'm a Lions fan. I appreciate y'all not dogging us, though, and actually giving a little respect. Hey, bro, listen. I'm glad you in here, man. Thanks for checking out the stream. You can check it out anytime. Know you're a Lions fan. This is a Commanders page, but, we all football fans at the end of the day. And listen, nothing but respect for you guys. I actually did a schedule prediction 2 months ago where, I had predicted that, you guys will win the game because the last 5 years or so that we've had to play in Detroit, we don't play well in Detroit. And then, I let my confidence get a little ahead of me. And I thought maybe, it was the Matthew Stafford effect. And we could go in here and maybe things are different. But every year we continue to get let down. And we see this ugliness from this team rear its head. And in the first half, you guys came out there with a sense of urgency that we didn't have. I don't know if they was partying the night before. I don't know what y'all got in y'all drinks in Detroit, because obviously the night before, they was doing something not involving getting ready for the football game. You guys showed up. You guys took the personality of your head coach, who I absolutely love. But, between the lines, I need my guys to be about business. And that first half was absolutely unacceptable. And the crazy part is, the first possession of the game that the Lions had, okay, we do the coin toss. Lions getting the ball first. I'm like, okay, we get the ball at half. This is the second week in a row we getting ball at half. We get a beautiful 3-and-out, I believe. Jamin Davis gets a sack. I'm like, okay, I'm jumping off the couch, ready to go. And then I believe our defense was able to get 1 or 2 more stops. But at some point, the levee was going to break. In that first half, at some point, the levee was going to break, because you can't expect the defense to keep going out there over and over and over, 3-and-out after 3-and-out after 3-and-out, and expect a big play not to happen. And that's exactly what happened. Because if you look at it, let's go back to the stats again. The Lions were 4 of 13 on third down. So you know what that means? Because they scored 36 points. So that means they were efficient and they made big, huge plays. I believe the commentator said the first since I don't even know, something crazy, since 1950 they've had more than 3 plays over 50 yards or something like that. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. So kudos to y'all, man. Y'all bowled y'all chests out and y'all handled business at home. Y'all couldn't afford to take 2 losses at home and didn't have to go on the road next week. So y'all boys handle business, man. Ryan Smith, bro, I feel you. Honestly, a lot of us over here still ain't really brought fully in. We've been hurt too much, man. Listen, same over here, man. We've been hurt for a long time, dealing with unnecessary stuff from the owner to the field. To just every aspect, and this is supposed to be the year 3 of the rebuild. We put in, and what makes it so bad. Let's get on this defense now. They're not off the hook either. Like I said, the first half, I can't kill them too much, but still, your job as a defensive player is to make plays. I don't care, if you're tired or not. You get paid millions of dollars to make plays, so that's what you got to do. But the second half, man. Offense firing on all cylinders. That's what I expected from the beginning of the game. That's what we have showcased last week, this week as well. We still didn't, get stalled out in the red zone. That second half, it was like watching 2 different games in one game. That first half and in the second half, we came out. The offense firing on all cylinders. The rookie Jahan Dotson making huge plays. Curtis Samuel getting activated. Terry McLaurin, taking little bubble screens and stuff. That's what we should have been doing in the beginning of the game, that first half. But we had to wait to the second half for, go in the locker room, make some adjustments, and then boom, there you go. Here goes this beautiful game plan. That's the Scott Turner I need calling plays. I don't know what the hell that was the first half. But then you got this defense. And let me explain. This is some of the shit that makes me mad, right? DeAndre Swift, who's an absolute beast, is a 3rd and 15. Huge play. We got 6, 7 guys sitting on the first down line. We bring in an all-out blitz. DeAndre Smith catches the ball short, falls on the ground, reads a book, does yoga, calls his grandmother on FaceTime, gets back up. And then nobody on the defense must have took geometry in high school. They couldn't have. They call me a liar now. They couldn't have took geometry because the angles I seen on that all 22 was laughable, horrendous. This man did 2 little shift moves to the inside, ran past 6, 7 defenders, and get in the end zone on a 3rd and 15. That's the shit right there that frustrates me. That's the stuff that frustrates me. We got the rookie. Let's get on special teams real quick. I can just jump all over the place with this. Special teams. Dax Milne, I don't want to see him back there no more. I'm good on him. I like him as a receiver, but kickoff return, get him from back there. Get it. Go ahead and hit the bench, homie. We missing DeAndre Carter right now, I tell you that. Because this man is slow as dirt. Slow as dirt. Some of the ones he is going in the end zone and he's fielding them. I'm like, bro, where are you going? You're not fast. You're not even making it to the 20. So why are you fielding the ball, bro? We starting on the 15, the 13. You slow. All you see is Detroit Lion Blue down there making tackles, absolutely killing them. You ain't got no blockers, no nothing. Where are you going, bro? Special teams was horrible. Horrible. Christian Holmes, the rookie. We could have downed him on the 2-yard line. He jumps, dives on the ball, falls into the end zone. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's ridiculous, man. Tired of that fucking shit. Absolutely ridiculous. William Jackson III, Big Money Will. We bring you in last year And I couldn't get on you last year because, you know, you came from Cincinnati, from primarily a man corner. You're supposed to be the guy for us. You're supposed to be the guy. So last year, I gave you the write-off. I said, okay, he's adjusting to a new scheme. You know, we play a lot more zone here. Let's give him some time. He struggled early in the season last year. Then he caught on a little bit towards the back end of the season, especially when, you know, right when we beat Tampa Bay last year, he started to look like a different guy. Then you're getting all these reports from training camp warriors. Oh, William Jackson III looks great. I can't tell. I can't give you that pass no more. I can't give you that pass no more. My man St. Brown standing in the back of the end zone. You slip. I don't even know how you slipped. The ball wasn't even thrown yet. You slip and try to dive at the same time. I don't even know what that was. They got so many playmakers, I can't even get the names right. St. Brown doesn't even move, doesn't jump, doesn't have to do nothing. Jared Goff dots him in the back of the end zone. He should have stepped over your stupid ass, because that was absolutely ridiculous, man. You out there getting cooked. But wait, there's more, though. There's more. They run a reverse, I believe, with St. Brown. You on the outside, bro. You got contained. I'm seeing St. Brown coming around. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, William Jackson III is right there. He's going to stop him right here. You got St. Juice on the inside of you who's playing the slot. Why are you following the guy inside when you got St. Brown coming around to your side and you got contained? This man runs a 60-yard reverse on your side of the field. I can't give you excuses no more, man. Your excuses are done for, man. I can take a guy giving good effort and getting burned. Okay, that's a good play, dude. You know, whatever, you got burned. But when you doing stuff like that, I can't save you, man. I can't stand up for you. I can't do none of that. You look like dog water out there, man. Dog water. St. Brown owned us yesterday. Straight up owned us. Did good for my fantasy team, I'll tell you that. But I'd rather win the game on the field than him do good for my fantasy team. Yikes, man. One thing, the only positive I can take from this game, like I said, is we know that our offense is no joke. If we don't get, these slow starts, we can score points in bunches. Because honestly, to me, this game shouldn't even have been 27-36. The Detroit Lions embarrassed us that first half. The score should have been probably 36-0 at halftime. But the second half, we came out, the offense made it a respectable game, put up some points. You saw the dynamic ability again with this offense. Somehow, like I said, the first half, we only had 56 offensive yards. Somehow we ended up with 396. That speaks to the ability of this offense, where we cannot afford to have these slow starts. Why do we got to be down 22 points? 22 points to say, okay, now let's rev it up. Now let's hawk the we giving professional NFL teams head starts. These ain't kids. That's what you do with little kids. You play with little kids. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, go ahead. We're gonna do a race. You go first. I'm gonna count to 3, then I'm gonna go. No. You need to jump on these boys early, man. I didn't see the fire. I didn't see that dog. Detroit Lions, salute to them, man. They came out there and they stumped a hole in our ass. Not respectfully, because we didn't deserve respectfully. Now we got a division game coming up against the Eagles. I'm hoping that they lose tonight to the Vikings. And then after that, we got to play the Cowboys, who just beat the Bengals. So, they not lacking confidence either. But somebody got to step up. The injuries are mounting. Chase Roullier, our starting center, He's reportedly could be out for the season. We don't know now. The defensive line, the depth is being tested even more than it already is. I seen they released Donovan Jeter. Thank God. Go ahead, pack your bags, bro. Go ahead, pack your bags. Thank God. Man, oh man. That game was absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I really couldn't. Like I said, the injuries on the D-line is mounting now. We can't afford to take any injuries on our offensive line, especially losing our center, Chase Roullier. He's a big part of our offense. And the crazy thing about this, while we're talking about injuries, I did a video looking at this Detroit Lion game, doing a deep dive. We talked about the offensive linemen that they're missing. They already got a top 5 offensive line. They were missing a bunch of their key guys. And, we talked about how we were going to be able to expose this offensive line. And Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne was, gonna be able to get pressure on Jared Goff and heat him up. No, that didn't happen. Them boys stepped up. Jared Goff, for the most part, what it seemed like, the stats can be a little misleading because it said we got 11 QB pressures on him. He was hit 11 times. But watching the game, it didn't seem like that. Watching the game, it looked like their offense was firing on all cylinders. Huge play after huge play after huge play. Another thing that I specified was stopping the run. Last week, Jacksonville ran all over us. This week, Detroit, 191 yards, basically 200 yards rushing. And they don't even have a mobile quarterback. This rush defense is going to be a problem for us. And if we're expecting to see any playoff, they got to do something about it. My man Ryan Smith again. Like I said, I appreciate you hanging out with me, man. You're the only one in here. That's all right. They can catch it on the replay, but I had to come on here and rant randomly. Son, God, St. Brown going to be a fantasy league favorite, bro. Don't sleep on him. His pops was a 2-time Mr. Olympian, too. Serious genes in that family. Oh, I'm not sleep on him by any means. And if there was anybody that was sleeping, he woke him up on Sunday. That's for sure. That's why he on my fantasy team, because I know he's a dog. It just sucks that it happened against us. Man, oh man. Like I said, man, this absolutely crazy. A tale of two halves. It was like watching two different games. This ain't on Carson Wentz. If I'm going to give flowers to anybody, I got to give him to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, when he had time, looked amazing yesterday. He threw one interception. Who cares? Whip-de-doo. But Carson Wentz looked amazing yesterday, man. I think he got 7 touchdowns on the season, over 600 yards passing. And, the crazy thing about that is in the second half of this game, Detroit knew we had to throw the ball. We had to throw the ball to get back in it. And we were able to score 27 points. And then also another thing I got to touch before I forget and hop off the stream is I see a lot of fans getting frustrated with the decision by Ron Rivera to go for 2. Listen, I'm going to lay it out for you like this. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree. But the analytics say that you go for 2 there. I did not hate the call. My fiance sitting next to me. She's like, why did he go for 2? I'm like, me personally, I like the decision. Go for the win, man. We already down. We're playing catch up. We were down 22 to nothing at halftime. Go for 2 because now if we score again, we up by 1. I mean, what's the difference? And that leads me back to special teams. At the end of the game, that's when everybody really started to flip their shit. Oh, now we down by 9. We can't. There's no way we can even, because Joey fucking Sly misses another field goal. I told y'all when the preseason was here, he missed, I believe, 2 field goals in preseason. And I said, you know what? It's preseason. I'm gonna give him a pass. Make your damn field goals, bro. Make your field goals. If he makes his field goal, we not having this conversation. So don't try to say, oh, why did he go for 2 there? I thought it was a smart decision. I know the commentators gas y'all up talking about, oh, No, the analytics say you go for 2 there. We was down. We trying to get back in the game. Like I said, if we had already converted 1, if we would have got that and then scored again, we would have been up by 1 point. Joey Slye, make your fucking field goals, bro. I'm not trying to go down this road again with the whole field goal kicker carousel. Make them. It's an extra point, bro. You ain't kicking from 60 yards. No excuse. And I believe the Detroit Lions Stadium is indoors. No excuses there. Make your field goals. I'm not letting these players off the hook. I don't care. Y'all want to say coaching this, coaching that. At the end of the day, these players need to perform. Joey Slye, make your kicks, bro. Make your kicks. You get paid to make them. Make your kicks. William Jackson III, you a primarily man corner. Well, guess what? Now you got to play some zone, bro. Play zone. You a professional. This your second year with the team. And you making rookie mistakes out there. And then another thing that absolutely is killing me is we are not getting any turnovers, man. Jared Goff throws a gift to St. Juice. What does he do? Drop it. Would have put us in good field position. But this defense, for whatever reason, we are allergic to getting turnovers. Allergic. The one we got last week, like I said, that was a effort ball that was thrown up at the end of the game. I don't count that. We not hungry on defense, man. We ain't got no killers out there. And it's crazy because Chase Young, rookie year, we had Cam Curl out there making plays on defense, getting turnovers. Chase Young, we need him back. We need him back, man. It was upsetting watching Aiden Hutchinson, their second pick in the first round, go for 3 sacks on us, and our second pick in the draft sitting on the sideline, recovering from an ACL. We need him back ASAP, man. I hope when he comes back, when he's fully healthy, that he's reaping havoc, because the last 2 weeks we done seen both of the first draft picks from the last draft, and they balled out. Need the same thing from you, Chase. You had a sophomore slump last year. It is what it is, but you better get out there and make it happen, man. Really an upsetting game yesterday. I wanted that one. I really wanted that one. But unfortunately, they didn't want it. Because it felt like they were sleepwalking. Sleepwalking, man. So, like I said, kudos to Detroit. I'm pretty much ran it out at this point. Appreciate my man Ryan Smith, Detroit fan, coming in here, checking out the stream, listening to a Washington fan share his pain. I hope you enjoyed this one, because I like to do the same thing sometimes. I like to watch people from the opposing teams that take that L sit there and ponder life for a second. So I hope you enjoyed this one and I gave you some entertainment, Ryan. Hopefully I don't have to do this too many more times this season. But, if we want to change the culture here in Washington, these are the games that we need to win, man. And we couldn't get it done. Laid a goose egg in the first half, and Detroit put it on us, man. Got respect for them boys. Now we got to move on to Philadelphia, which isn't going to be an easy out. We struggle with the run, and we know what the Eagles do well. They run the ball. And Jalen Hurts, he's a running back. I don't classify him as a quarterback. We know what he's able to do running the ball as well. So it could get ugly if we don't patch up this run defense, man. Real quick. One more thing before I go. Things just keep popping up. One more thing before I go. I don't want to see David Mayo on the field no more. Jamin Davis, you took him in the first round, play him. I don't care if you feel like run support. He ain't first round draft pick, Jamin Davis. David Mayo is a liability in pass coverage. Soon as they put him out there, Detroit identified it and they roasted his ass with a tight end for a huge play that we needed. Don't want to see him no more. I don't care. I'm not making excuses for nobody no more. I'm holding these players accountable. And one more thing, In no way am I, or shape or form, am I defending Jack Del Rio. I wouldn't be upset if we move on from him at the end of the year. He ran his mouth all off season, got involved in politics stuff, brought that to the field, so he brought attention to himself. But these players, we keep, people keep saying, "Oh, it's Jack Del Rio." Jack Del Rio ain't on the field. The players on the field. I'm seeing multiple times where guys just not making plays, and that's the fact of the matter. Sick of it, man. Now I'm gonna go and hopefully enjoy an Eagles beatdown. That'll make me feel a little better. My rant's over, man. I'm done with it. I'm wrapping this whole Detroit thing up. Like I said, salute to them. Them boys played good. They deserve that win, and we shit the bed. So, with that being said, it's your boy RVA from VA, Richmond to be exact. Peace.